In this video, we're building commission guitars. I show you how I joined and glued the back plates before taking a simple inlay from the drawing board to reality.
Hi, my name is Anthony Latanzi and I've been a professional luthier for over 15 years.
If you're just tuning in, last time I introduced two commission guitars that I'm building. We went through some of the wood choices as well as some of the features, and we showed you how I make custom purfling, which we're going to put to use in this video as I use it to border a custom red pearl Kirinite backstrip into this Brazilian rosewood back. But first, I have to thickness, join, and glue these back plates together. I'm looking at this Hawaiian Koa, and the first thing I notice is that there's a giant knot. It doesn't run all the way through. This was sold to me as an electric guitar top, so it's extra thick. That works in my favor because I'm going to be able to remove enough material on that side of the wood to make that knot disappear. This plate is thick enough that I'm going to use my joiner to remove a bulk of the material, and then I'm going to switch over to my thickness sander. Now I'm using the joiner to work on the center seam. I'm going to finish it off with this joiner plane and a shooting board, and that just helps me dial it in a little bit closer. Here's a simple fixture to join the two pieces of wood together with enough clamping pressure. Since there's enough material on this piece of wood, I'm going to draw two tapered lines on the outside of my shape. I'll cut them out on a bandsaw and make them true on a joiner. Then I'm going to clamp two straight boards to a working board in the shape of a wedge. That wedge formation is going to be enough pressure to hold the two boards in while it gets glued together. This is something I do throughout the whole process. I'm constantly rubbing and flexing, listening, tapping, getting to know the pieces of wood as I work with them. I cut out the rough shape on the bandsaw and I'm saving the scraps for future use. Now onto the Brazilian rosewood back. Now we don't have a lot of room to work on this back. And what that means is we can't use that wedge formation, and that's okay. I'm going to show you how I get around that. You can see how I got around not using a wedge for this glue up. I just used two shorter boards. But the same thing, a board across the center, some bar clamps, and we're going to take care of my weight here, my pasta maker. We're going to put that to good use later on in the video. I'm going to be using this material for my backstrip, rosette, and purfling. This is called Kirinite, and this color here is red pearl. It's a type of acrylic, but as you can see, it's got some bend and flex to it. In the description, they say it doesn't shrink or crack, and it takes a finish well. After I machine my backstrip, I'm double stick taping it to a board and thicknessing it a little further. Here's the custom purfling we made last week out of figured maple. So this piece of purfling measures 65 thousandths of an inch. Hey, remember I said we were gonna put that pasta maker to use? Yeah, I wasn't kidding. We're gonna make some spaghetti here with this purfling. As we roll it through here, it's just gonna compress those wood fibers a little bit. And you see we go from 65 thousandths to 53 thousandths. To 45 thousandths. We're so close to my final thickness, I'm going to be using a 1/4 inch bit to route the channel. So we got to go one more time. And our final thickness is close to 40 thousandths of an inch on that purfling. I'm going to put my pieces in to dry fit. And I'm not going to glue that in yet because I'm going to be working on a custom inlay for the back here. My customer works as a researcher for cancer cures, and we were looking for motifs to draw on for designs. We chose to do a simple, sort of abstract version of a catechus to symbolize his work in the medical field. This is going to go in the lower portion of the back of the guitar, and it's going to flow into this complementary end graft, which is another abstract version of, in this case, a double helix. In the future, I'm going to be cutting that double helix out of this mother of pearl abalone. So I'm going to use the same thing on this catechus inlay. So I'm going to cut a piece off and super glue it to this piece of aluminum. And then chuck it into this fixture here. And the CNC machine is going to cut out those parts. And then I'm going to put that entire piece of aluminum in this bath of acetone to melt the glue. Now I've got my pieces and it's time to inlay. First, I'm going to use acetone to clean any of the oils that are in these channels. And I'm going to glue these pieces of pearl in with epoxy. I use this brand Super Bond epoxy a lot. I'm going to use this color tone medium brown dye. In case there's any gaps, that brown epoxy will fill in and match the surrounding wood. Here's a shot of my CNC workboard that I'm working off of. You can see on the other side, I have these dimples for locating and indexing. They marry into the female end that's on the CNC machine. So I can take this board on and off and have this piece of wood located. Now I'm going to run that bit back through the center seam and clean up any of that inlay. I'm spreading epoxy into the channel before putting in my purfling and backstrip. After it's in, there's a lot of squeeze out, and it keeps squeezing out over a long period of time. This is called a go-bar deck. It's a form of clamping. We're going to be using that a lot in these videos. Basically, it's just applying pressure downward. I thought I was done, but then I ran into a little problem. So I was using my scraper to scrape everything back, and I noticed pretty quickly that one piece of purfling just didn't look like the other one. This is why you always gotta be on your A game. I must have grabbed a plain maple purfling strip that I had next to me instead of the figured maple on one of them. So we've got a mismatch. Let me see if we can see here. So this one on the left looks plain, this one on the right looks figured. When things happen like this while I'm building guitars, I just try to tell myself, don't panic. It's not the end of the world. We can fix it. It's gonna be all right. Lucky for me, this is still on the workboard and it's all indexed on the CNC. So I'm gonna pop it back in. We're gonna use a really small bit and I'm gonna route out that little purfling line and then just put another one in. The whole thing will take me less than an hour. Things sometimes happen for a reason. I used some naphtha to clean things up and noticed some cracks that I hadn't seen before. So I went back and repaired those cracks with some glue and this handy dandy clamp. I like that name for it. I don't know the real name for that clamp, but I'm just gonna call it the handy dandy clamp. Cracks can be pretty common in hardwoods. You wanna fix it right away. You don't wanna give it the chance to spread. So in a way, it was a good thing that we messed up that first purfling line. It gave us an opportunity, one, to see those cracks sooner rather than later. But two, it gave the opportunity to show that nobody's perfect in doing this. Everybody I know that builds guitars messes up at some point on every guitar that they work on. The best luthiers I know are ones that can fix those mistakes pretty seamlessly and quickly, and to not panic when it happens. And that can only happen with years of experience. I remember the first guitar I built, I dropped it on the buffing wheel and broke shards of the binding and braces underneath. And I sat in like fetal position and just couldn't breathe. Now, 15 years later, whatever it is, when something bad like that happens, it doesn't even buckle me. But trust me, there have been times along the way where mistakes happen. Hopefully not that bad. I don't think I've had anything as bad as that first guitar happened. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and follow along.